Hi, hello guys. Today I would like to share a book I recently read named How to Do the Work by Nicole LePera. Um, I do think that this book is very helpful to myself. I did not find it in Chinese version. I read it in English, so it took a long time for me to finish it. So in this video, I would like to divide into two big parts. The first part is my perception from this book, what I learned from this book. The second big part is I would like to share some sentences or paragraphs that touch me greatly. So let's start with the first part, what I learned and my perception of this book. First, it made me recognize my own traumas from childhood. I'm sensitive. I am afraid of being disliked, being misunderstood by others. I'm afraid of making mistakes. I always feel that I am unseen, unconsent, and unloved. I'm not ready to tell you now what I experienced in my childhood. Maybe in the future, I will share my, you know, this bad memory with you guys. Anyway, now in recent days, after I read this book, I can witness my traumas when they happen. So one example is I always have lunch with my colleagues in the noon time. So maybe 3 or 4 colleagues we stay together to have a lunch. In the past, even though that my physical body is with my colleagues, we were having chit chat with each other. I felt that I disattached to them. My mind is not there. It made me feel very lonely. Now I can, have a sense that my trauma is happening. I can, witness it until it ended. So maybe 3 or 5 minutes, this trauma of being disattached will be ended. After this period, I can make myself involved in this conversation. The feeling of being lonely is mild, even though that I still have the feeling that being lonely in this conversation it's much more better. Now I understand why I unconsciously choose a place where is so far from away from my hometown and my parents, my siblings. I do not like the old me when I'm around them. I want a new me. I want to be a true myself. The second perception from this book is I know that our mind, body, and soul are together. You cannot divide them very clearly. I have anxiety. I used to, activate my anxiety very, very often. Maybe, 2 days or 3 days in a week. Very little things could activate my anxiety. When I experience anxiety, I could not even breathe. My body was stiff. I have sweat in my hand. For example, I used to have insomnia very, very often. Now, when there are something happened to activate my anxiety and make me angry just before sleep, I could become sleepless, even though that I turn off the light and I am ready to sleep, but I just cannot sleep at all. My mind is very, very active, and I'm thinking about a lot of things. I'm thinking about the things that activate my anxiety time by time, time by time. Then at the same time, I know that it's time for me to sleep. My mind is awaking, my body wants to rest. So there is contradiction between my mind and my body. The result is my body starts to, shake, like my arm or my hand starts to, move. It just seems like my mind just, does not allow my body to rest. Now, when I have this, symptoms, I, I just tell my mind that, okay, if you do not want to rest, if you do not want to sleep, it's okay. It's all okay. I'm here, even though that you do not want to sleep in a whole night. It's okay. It's totally fine. I'm here. I'm always be with you. It's not a big deal, no, not to sleep a whole night. Then after 3 or 5 minutes later, my mind magically starts to calm down. It's very, it's very magical. It's a magic. I cannot believe that it's happening to me. I used to have, countless sleepless nights. Now, even I have the anxiety, I can, just to use this small tactic to make me calm down, to make my mind calm down, to make my mind connect with my body. They are together. Okay, the second big part is I want to share some sentences or even paragraphs that touch me a lot when I read them. Every moment we make a choice, we can live in the past or we can look forward and envision a future that is different. The other day, when my dad was away, I called my mom to help relieve the loneliness I knew that she was feeling. I did not feel an obligation of having to help her feel better. I did it because I wanted to, and it felt good. I hope that in one day I could call my mom like the author, because the relationship between me and my mom is not good. We always, have fights between each other. When I go home, I really wish that I could, someday to call my mom when she, does not feel very good. I feel there is distance between me and my mom. So the next one. This is what this book is all about, the empowerment of being able to choose. We can choose how we treat our body, how we show up in relationships, how we create our realities and envision our futures. Whatever path you take, as long as you have consciously chosen it and trust yourself in the process, whatever the outcomes, you will be ready. There are no roadmaps, no directions, no stages. There are no checklists that will fix you or medical pills that will kill you. I am a powerful creator of my world, and my energy and thoughts shape the world around me. Yes, there are things outside my control, and we do have power over the way we experience the world. We can change the way we take care of ourselves. We can change the way we interpret our surroundings and relate to the ones we love. We can change the way we connect to ourselves, and in doing so, change the way we connect to the universe. There is always an opportunity to grow evolve, and inspire, which trickles out into the collective. The point of this book is to return us to our authentic essence. I like this word, essence. Our pure awareness, the embodiment of who we were before conditioning took hold. We want to reconnect with the collective we, and in doing so, access the deep well of self empowerment within us all. None of us can see the future. We have our intuition, we have our self trust, and we have our emotions. Information that can help us make the best choices possible. This is what healing is about. Developing choice and trust in the truth we use to truly live our empowerment life, no matter what may come. These are, in the final chapter of this book. I read this chapter when I was in the metro from my home to the office. I felt so touched with these, sentences, paragraphs, words, phrases. It gave me, a new me. I give, great thanks to this author. It saved me. Apart from this book, I now am reading another book, so I hope that in the future I will share you more books I read. So thank you for watching this video. I will see you next time. Bye.